Hello. I can. I just woke up in the middle of the night. I don't know why. So I thought I'd just play some GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr. Play some Cetera, whatever what you want to call it. Geography game. Instead of just watching mindless TikToks or something, right? Philippines, no. Restart. I slept only like 4 hours or something. I think I'm gonna go to bed again after this. Um, I wonder. I've always been curious on how much sleep I really need, because it's been an iffy thing for me. Um, I've never had trouble falling asleep, really. Or actually, the issue I've had is that I get distracted. I like look at my phone instead of actively trying to go to sleep. But if I actively try and go to sleep, I have no problem, right? But oh god. Uh, but otherwise, I don't really have a problem. I usually get a full night's sleep. I know some people um, wake up several times at night, which just sounds awful. Because you really need like continuous sleep to get that deep REM sleep or REM sleep. I'm not sure how you really say it. Marshall Islands. Did I learn last time where Tanzania? This is Namibia. This is like Angola, Namibia, Angola, like Zambia. No, this is Botswana. And this is like Zambia. Is this Tanzania? Huh. That's Tanzania. Maybe I should learn something about Tanzania, right? Tanzania. Capital is Dodoma. Christian. 56 million. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people in Tanzania. What is Tanzania famous for? I remember Botswana is famous or is known for their diamond. Right, Tanzania is home to Kilimanjaro. That's pretty. That's pretty important, right? Kilimanjaro is here. Now about sleep, because when I get to sleep like 8 hours, that's when like 8 hours of straight sleep is probably when I feel the best. If I get more than 8 hours of sleep, I get a headache, and I don't really know why. I don't know if it's purely like my muscles being tense, um, and like giving me like a tension headache, or if it's something more like chemical in your body. I'm not really sure how to describe it, but your hormones getting messed up with your circadian rhythm. Whatever. I ain't no doctor. I don't know, but I'm curious of what the answer really is. Um, oh man. I'll learn the Central American countries eventually, I promise. But I do wonder, like, sleeping 4 hours, waking up, playing a game of Cetera, and then sleeping another 4 hours. How much worse is that than getting 8 continuous hours of sleep? I wonder. And also, I'm pretty sure, I think I know why I woke up at 4, or after 4 hours. Because I drank like 2 monsters, like energy drinks. Like at 12, at like 1 p.m. or something. I drank like 2 monsters. On top of an already a coffee I had that morning. So, you know, altogether it was probably like 500 grams of caffeine. 500, no, milligrams. What am I, crazy? 500 grams. And then actually, now I remember, at like 7 or 8 p.m. I had like a frappuccino. I don't know how much really caffeine is in that. Mostly sugar, I believe. Anyway, Grenada, is it here? Yeah. North Macedonia. And the half-life for caffeine is, what is it, 6 hours? So let's say I got 500 milligrams of caffeine at 1, then at 7 is 250 milli. So I don't know if you can interpret that as if, like, drinking 500 milligrams of caffeine at 1 p.m. is the same as drinking 250 milligrams of caffeine at 7. Because I can't imagine drinking a monster and a little on top of that of caffeine at 7. Wait, what was the fact of Guyana again? It's the only English-speaking South American country, that's right. Oh really? Did I confuse Austria and Switzerland? Wait a minute. It's getting a bit too intense, don't you think? I want only splendor. It's supposed to be chill. Mauritius is like an island. Right, this is Mauritania. Mauritius is like that, yeah. El Salvador. Guatemala, Tajikistan. Because I have a friend that drinks that says that he can drink a monster at 7 p.m. and be fine to go to bed at like 12. And that just blows my mind. It's like I could never. That just sounds like crazy talk, right? Vanatua. I know this is Nauru. I don't think it's any of these. I believe it's like... Alright. I mean, these ones are gonna take the longest to remember. Really? Let's see, can I actually like play Samoa? I've already placed Fiji. Kiribati, Samoa, Kiribati, yeah. Bosnia's getting eaten by Croatia. Nigeria, Bulgaria, Latvia. Belize is a small country. Is it this country? That's considered France. Wait, Belize is this one. I just remember it was a small country in the Americas. But so I'll try and go to bed again after this. But I am curious, if I were to stop drinking caffeine, how long would it take for me to like go back to normal? Or can I go back to normal? Because I've been a heavy caffeine drinker. Like I've been drinking coffee every morning for, I don't know, 10 years. Pretty much. And I don't really know the like chemistry of it, but will that like ruin my receptors? Because I mean, I know that people who take like, actual drugs, like real heavy drugs, they essentially ruin their receptors, right? And that's why like going clean is so absolutely miserable, because they like pretty much physically cannot feel happiness. But like, how many times stronger is those heavy drugs than caffeine? Like, is it like 10,000 times, or is it just 100 times? Because I know caffeine is, in effect wise, similar to like heroin, except that heroin is obviously like, dare I say, millions of times stronger. Dominican Republic. Why can I never remember where the Dominican Republic is? This is... Yeah, there we go. This is Djibouti. Malawi was this one. Rwanda. Is Burundi the one under it? Yeah. Sudan, Chile, France. Then I press here to get France. I can. And also, would I feel better? Because I mean, my sleep only really messes up if I drink crazy amounts of caffeine, like 500 milligrams, right? Which I could easily just not do. I could just stick to 1 cup of coffee, which is like 100 milligrams, roughly. Depends on what cup I choose that morning. And then if I drink it in the morning, I do just fine. Poker, anyone? Man. One thing I've definitely, because recently my phone broke, and I've been using my phone to watch like Reddit and TikTok and Twitter at least for like an hour, if not more, every time I go to bed for, I don't know, years. And I thought nothing of it. I sort of like looked forward to it. I was like sitting at the computer and going like, oh, well, see you guys, I need to go to bed. But I'm not. I'm going to watch TikTok on my bed. When I actually go to bed, I don't know. And I believe like if you search like how to get a good night of sleep or something, like every single sleep researcher will say that, having screen time before bed, or you should minimize screen time before bed, which is like TV, also any screen really, LCD screen, or not specifically LCD, any light, I believe. You should avoid that at least for an hour, if not more, before you go to sleep. I don't do that. I don't avoid all screen time an hour before bed. However, I don't use it in bed anymore, which in a way can be interpreted as 1 hour before, I guess. And it has, I wouldn't say it has given me higher quality sleep, but it has made me go to sleep earlier, right? Because let's say you need to be up by 8. I don't factor in the extra hour I sit in bed, right? If I need to be up by 8, which means I will fall asleep at probably like 1. So I want to get 7 hours of sleep instead of 8. And now when my phone broke, I spent like a week without a phone, so I couldn't do it. What happened? I just went to bed and fell asleep, and that's it. And now I actually have a phone, and I've continued that habit just because I got sort of amazed of how quickly I fell asleep. I was like, I'm off to bed, and then like a few minutes later I was asleep, and that's like amazing, right? That's a borderline, feels like a superpower. I believe that's a common conversation with my friends, is that being able to sleep whenever you want and like go to deep sleep whenever you want is sort of like a superpower. This is Seychelles. The Solomon Islands is probably one of these. Oh my god, really? So I do believe, so I like firmly agree with the theory that, using your phone before bed will negatively affect your sleep. So now that I have like empirical, personal evidence of it, I will choose to believe it and probably act upon it. You know, I have. You know, I've stopped doing it. Come on, this is Guinea-Bissau, right? Yes. I remember getting really mad that I always get, because there's 3 Guinea, right? I believe it meant something. Guinea in African. Oh, it's from French. What does Guinea mean? It comes from a native word meaning land of many waters. What? Land of many waters. I mean, okay, sure. But all I know is that there's 3 countries in Africa which has Guinea in its name, and I always confuse them. But this is Equatorial Guinea. Guinea-Bissau is very small, and just Guinea is fairly large. Okay, that was embarrassing. I wasn't thinking. Man, and Trailblazers on RuneScape. I read an article that mentioned that old school RuneScape has hit a peak of active players, and that's absolutely crazy in my mind. It's like it's hit a, because in my mind its peak was back in like 2008 or whatever, when I was playing. Of course, when I was playing, that was the peak. But in terms of player, no, not at all. It's more people playing now, and not to mention that's only old school RuneScape, not even counting RuneScape 3. And it's also crazy to think that old school RuneScape now is as far back as now is to when old school RuneScape was released is longer than to when old school RuneScape was released to the game mode or the era it's based on, right? Which is also crazy to think. Like in my mind, old school RuneScape has not been around for that long, but apparently it has. It's a freaking like remake, or not a remake. It's a It's not a reimagining either. It was just a direct copy of the early RuneScape, but the timeline of the development was different.